Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to Built by Innovation. I am your co-host, Montez Glasgow, and I am here with my partner.
I'm Dale Jackson. Today we'll be talking about the growth of manufacturing in America.
Alright guys, so for the first question of the day, we got, how is robotics and automation contributing to manufacturing grown in America?
I feel like when more young people take interest in robotics, seeing things move, either they're introduced to FIRST Robotics or Lego Robotics or things like that, they kind of take a liking to automation automatically almost. For me, for example, I was in a lot of robotics clubs and robotics camps growing up, and seeing a big robot put a car together in person I was hooked. That you never get that feeling of gratification again when your code works and you're putting together a car, or you're putting a piece on a plane, or you're making medicine to help children survive. You'll never get that feeling anywhere else. So that feeling is what hooks people to automation.
I feel as though robotics is changing the manufacturing game all across the board due to the fact that making things faster, safer, and more efficient. Automated systems can complete tasks with a precision which makes more product in a smaller time range. For my next question I got is, what risks does the industry face in the next 10 years? I think in the next 10 years, the industry faces the problem of not having enough spots for people to work. For example, the question from earlier about robotics and automations. We have new technology that literally does people's jobs for them. Sooner or later, we won't need people to ring us up in the grocery stores. We already have self-checkout lines. Imagine how factory workers got their job taken by machines because it doesn't cost as much and is more effective in the long run. You ain't got to worry about nobody calling out sick, none of that. You have a whole machine that works 24/7.
For now, there's not many people in the industry, in the automation industry. A lot of companies are hiring automation engineers, electrical engineers, chemical engineers, just to strictly focus on control systems and PLCs and distributed control systems. I think that probably within the next few years, the industry is going to boom, kind of like how computer science did and cybersecurity did over the past few years. And with that will become oversaturation, where jobs will start to dwindle down, and eventually there will be layoffs. But the people who really care about it and are passionate about automation and robotics will stay in the industry. Now for my question. What industry will benefit the most from manufacturing in the United States?
The industry that would benefit the most to me, I think, is electric vehicles and battery manufacturing. The reason I say this is because the United States is rapidly expanding EV plants and battery factories, as well as growing in customer demand. Look at Elon Musk. He made an electric car and now he's getting billions of dollars and is improving to this day. But another sleeper is renewable technologies like solar panels, wind turbines, and hydrogen fuel systems. They use green technology manufacturing. They also want to reduce the supply chain that we get from foreign countries. So I think those are the two that stick out to me the most.
Oh, I never really thought of energy in that way, coming from America instead of other places. But yeah, I could see that industry being pretty big. One of the industries that I think is going to boom is big tech, especially NVIDIA and Apple, Google, things that are leading the AI innovation industry. I could see clothing being a huge benefactor in this situation, just due to the fact that everything is manufactured in China, from semiconductors, textiles, and things like that. So being able to have that in the States and accessible, the prices will go up, but I believe the quality and the demand will go up as well for American-made products.
Alright guys, that wraps up today's podcast episode. Just to go over a little bit, today we talked about how robotics and automation contribute to growth in America. What does the industry look like in the next 10 years? And lastly, which industry benefits the most from manufacturing in the United States?
Thank you for tuning in. Again, we're your host, Dale Jackson and Montez Glasgow. And join us again next week to hear about the downfall of the sedan.